You didn't hear that. All right, so what's going on, everybody? We are live. We are live. We are back at it again with another episode of Better Call Saul, the after show live with me, Davey from the 80s from the Cinema Chop Shop. If you have not already hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. If you're not a member of my channel, make sure to head over to Cinema Chop Shop and subscribe to that channel right now. And to the right of me, you have, tell them what your name is, sir.
I don't know at this time in the morning. I don't know what time it is. Oh my god! I am Del Boy from Movie Mash. Please hit the subscribe button. If you haven't joined me, come on over and join me. Today, as you know, we're going to talk about episode 11. Now, I have a few things to say. What about you?
Yeah, I got some things to talk about too. The thing about it is that should I open up with it? Should I just go ahead and just like let the monkey out of the cage and the snake out of the jar, or whatever the case may be? A lot of people are upset yet again because they're saying that this week's episode was also very boring. Do you think so?
It was slower than usual. I will say I've come to the conclusion that it finished. The thing pretty much finished with that episode. Hello, guys. Who's this? Hello, Mrs. T, Missy T. I feel like the show ended with that last episode where, you know, as we know, when with the clear up with Howard.
Yeah,
I feel that was it. The story finished there. I feel like all this is just extra, just to see what he's doing. I feel what we're seeing at the moment is unnecessary. It's not that I don't like it and I don't want to see it, and I'm happy to see it. Hello, Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones. Well, first, let's shout out Henry. Henry is back again from last week.
Hey, Henry.
What's up?
Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
Henry? Then we got Mr. Kevin Jones, gang, my homie. I know that guy. He's awesome out here. Who else do we got? Then we got came in early for the stream. We had Renamon 565, one of my longtime subscribers. What's up?
You haven't jumped to my channel yet, by the way.
You're not important. And then we also have, who's this? We also have Terry Emerson. Hi, hello, Terry, a newcomer. Awesome to see you. I'm glad you could join us.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yes, let us know. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're gonna do this every Tuesday. But anyway,
yeah, I feel like the story ended with that. The story was finished. We don't need what we're seeing now. We might have needed last week's episode-ish, but whatever's going on now, I feel like we don't need. But it doesn't mean I don't want it. I still enjoying and I'm watching it and all that. But I just feel, yeah, the story ended. Where we're going with this, I don't know. Building up a new story right now with 2 episodes left. I hope they're not building up to too much with very little time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like one solid episode, maybe the second, after the ending with Howard and the death and the burying and Gus and Mike. I feel like we could have ended it there now. So where we're going, I don't know. So this is a quite slow episode, and come on, it wasn't the worst episode. I'm just saying it was a slower episode. It was kind of filler, or it was kind of a connection onto what's going on next, onto a build up to a final build up to whatever's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
I feel like this is the hike up the hill. This is where we're climbing up the hill to get to this last episode, which is going to hopefully blow us away. It's needed in order to get us from point A to point B, and we need Jimmy to break bad again, right? Because we weren't going to get anywhere with him as Gene. He's playing as safe as Gene. Gene is a very under the radar character. He kind of like made sure that he like cut all loose ends and made sure he got everything situated. But now we have been introduced back to Jimmy McGill. Slippin' Jimmy has come back and returned, and he's hustling and finding his way back into the system. Now, this is what I want to ask a question. Do you think that he didn't have money, or do you think he just was so upset with whatever he transpired on the phone call, which we're going to talk about in a little bit? He was so upset about that he just said, forget it, I'm going to just go back to my old ways. I'm going to just whatever.
Terry was saying no, it didn't end. Something more is coming. Yeah, I think it is. But what I'm worried about is that we've only got 2 episodes left, so hopefully they're not building up too much for very little time that we have. We have 2 episodes to finish off whatever they're building up to. So I feel like the whole kind of TV show, the 5 seasons kind of ended, and this is just extra what we're seeing, what he's doing now and stuff. Again, I'm enjoying it, and I don't know. I'm just guessing. Like I'm just saying the last 2 episodes is going. I don't know. It's a new story.
But this is the thing. This is needed because with every book, you have to get the final chapter. And in this show, we have multiple chapters. We have the chapter of Slip and Jimmy. We got the chapter of Saul Goodman. Now we have the chapter of Gene. And all of these chapters have to be closed by the completion of this
In
season.
2 episodes.
Exactly. That's going to be a tough job
Now,
to do.
who's it says trust the process? I do.
So,
I do. I completely trust the writers on this. Completely. I have no doubt because they have not let me down so far. In fact, despite what I just said, I still enjoyed this episode and I liked where it's going. I'm just a bit concerned about we've only got 2 episodes and we're building up to a new story, and I'll probably want to see more if you get what I mean.
but
yeah,
Henry said something that I completely agree with. He said this episode was definitely better than the last episode, which is true. I had a lot more fun with this episode than I did the last episode. It was a lot more tension. It was a lot more what we're used to, and it kind of felt familiar. I think a lot. I think a lot of us feel this type of way about this show is because Gene isn't a familiar character to us. We're not used to Gene. We're used to the Saul Goodman. We're used to the antics he does. We're not used to Gene. So I think a big thing with us is like getting used to this Gene character and what he has to offer us. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah, I do. I don't. I wouldn't say I enjoyed this episode more than the last one. I liked them just the same, pretty much the same. I did. I mean, I will say the last episode did make me gasp. When he slipped over on the shopping center, mall, whatever.
Yeah.
As I said, but I found the ending a bit tense because I was like, "What are you doing?" But I don't want to get into that just yet.
That was a stupid. Yeah. But anyway, so let's go
But,
to some.
I want to
Terry
jump
says
on
we didn't
to
finish. Terry
what's
says
the-
we didn't finish Gene's story, which is kind of like what I was hinting at. Who was this? Henry says Gene getting super angry and hitting the phone inside the phone booth was a reference to Goodfellas. I've heard a lot of people make this reference. A lot of people are saying
that's
that.
when what's his name? Joe Pesci was killed. I know what you're talking about. Joe Pesci was killed. You haven't seen Goodfellas. This guy hasn't seen Goodfellas, by the way, so cancel him. All right, and don't subscribe to someone like that. Subscribe to me. I've seen it. It's one of my favorites. Robert De Niro destroys the thing after he finds out Joe Pesci was killed. Long story. I've spoiled the ending for you as well, by the way.
See, look at that. You're useless, and you talk about me.
I want to go on to talk about there's something now that you guys might be able to help me with, because it's been a few years since I've seen Breaking Bad. To be fair, I've seen it twice, maybe 3 times, but it's been a few years, and I wanted to address his secretary. What's her name again?
Francesca, or is it Francesca? Francesca?
What I wanted to know is these 2 guys, yeah? Am I supposed to know who they were?
No, they're just her tenants.
Right, because it felt like for a minute I'm supposed to know who these guys are because I don't know. And she, all right,
we're not supposed to know. That's just
okay, that's
it's
great.
just telling you. It's just meant for you to be like, oh, okay, so that's what she's doing. She's a landlord now. That's all.
Okay, it's just for a minute I was like, hold on, it's not Skinny P and it's not this. Am I supposed to know? It bothered me for a minute, but just wanted to clear that up. All right, that's great. Now,
wait, I got a question for you since we've already talked about the phone scene. Now, the episode opens up with him getting back in touch with his secretary, and he just wants to find out what's going on with everything, right?
Yeah.
He wants to find out what's going on. Huel apparently is back in New Orleans. He's chilling, and he finds out that he's lost all of his money, all of his accounts, everything that he's double and triple locked has been taken away from him by the government, and he's pretty upset about it. But you can tell that he just wants a connection with the past. and it's bothering him. Like he's basically begging her to stay on the phone with him, and she's just like not happy about it. Doesn't really want to talk to him. She doesn't really want to hear it, and he's just so he just wants to be have this conversation with her. And what he ends up doing is he ends up trying to contact Kim because the secretary said that she asked about him after everything went down. So that obviously sparks his curiosity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gives her a call in Florida somewhere. She's working somewhere at a sprinkler place or something. And what do you we the one thing that upset me the most, and it's one of those things where this is what this episode in the show does really good. It introduces you to these scenes where you want to be a fly on the wall. You wish you were a fly on the wall in that phone
Him
booth.
chatting and shouting on the phone. Now, I was going to say, what was that? What happened?
We don't know. It's either she doesn't work there anymore.
But he
either
lost
they
his
make a
mind.
phone
He was
call.
shouting and screaming on the phone like he was talking to someone, like he was angry about something. I can't imagine him doing that to Kim. And even if she said, "Look, piss off, don't talk to me anymore," I can't imagine him doing that. So yeah. So if anyone has any theories on what happened there, please let us know, because
She either doesn't work there anymore, or they said that she's dead. But that would be a cop out. I think
I still don't see him screaming and shouting though.
I think
Unless
her randomly dying
he
would be
rang,
such a fucking cop out.
unless he rang and it was Mike on the end of the phone saying, "Ha ha, fuck you," sort of thing. I don't know. Mike's dead at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah, Mike's dead at this point. Yeah. But yeah, as I say, like that, yeah, you're right. A fly on the wall. It does it a few times, and I was intrigued. Who is he? What's going on? I really hope we find out more about that.
All right. Faithius Atheist says, "What's up, Faithius? How you doing? This episode was about Saul went after Walt and why Gene is determined to keep up the con, even when the cancer guy doesn't deserve it. The reason he's chasing after the feeling he gets with Kim. Oh, okay. Check you out, Mr. Psychologist. Faithius Atheist. Yeah, I believe that. I think a lot of the things that he's doing is I have a different theory, but we'll get to that at the end.
Yeah.
Renamon says never seen Goodfellas.
No, would you believe that? I've seen it. I watch it yearly.
It's because Henry says Goodfellas is one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite of all time, and I watch it every time, every year. If it's on TV halfway through, I'll watch it.
RS says no, those two losers are nobody. It just shows Francesca's not doing well. All right, and then Henry also doubles down and says those two guys were watered down versions of Skinny Pete and Badger. And then we have let's see, that's about it. 12 more minutes. I think that's it. Let's see. Two losers for nobody. Yeah. I think we're good.
But yeah, as I say, like so, the fly in the wall thing. Yeah, definitely, 100%. I agree with you there.
Definitely. So, moving on.
Moving on, we see him on a con again.
On a con, yeah. He goes back to the house, and he's having a nice little conversation with I don't know why her name is evading me right now, but the of Jeff's mom.
Yeah.
So he's having a conversation with Jeff's mom, and he ends up. She's like, "Oh, go get the good, go get the liquor," and he gets it. He's like, "We're gonna take ours outside." Automatic
can do.
Glows, and she's just like, she's mad at this point, and like she's upset, and at this point, you can tell that this woman is going to be a problem, right?
Yeah. Especially, we'll come to it, but yeah, especially later on.
But she's going to become a problem somewhere because she looks so upset.
She's going to ring.
She was used. I think she's realizing that she was completely used in this situation.
Yeah.
And
her son has already been a criminal, and she knows this, and she sees him up to his old ways again, and she sees either she'll feel Jeff is a bad influence or Gene is a bad influence, or one way or the other. She's copped on to what's happened, and I thought it was real stupid of Jimmy to be that loud that late at night at her house.
Yeah, that was really stupid, but we'll get to that because that's a little bit later.
Yeah.
Now, Gene goes to the house and he makes a proposition, and he says, "Look," they're like, "Hey, I thought you didn't want nothing to do with us," and he's like, "Shit changes. We're partners now, right?" And he gives them the lowdown. They come up with this whole scam, and he starts running game again. And the game is he goes and sits in a bar, finds some rich sucker that has no family, lives absolutely alone, and he basically gets this person so drunk that they walk to the car with the cab driver, which he's friends with, who's Jeff, who then drugs him with a water bottle, right? On the house water bottle. And then they proceed to fall asleep in the house while Jeff's homie comes in with the dog and begins to take all the information away, like bank accounts, credit cards, all the private information that you try to hide. He went in his house and took all of it, right? And here's a little bit of a trivia for you
Yeah,
right
I
here.
know. I spotted it straight away when I saw him.
He says the fat guy Gene scammed in the bar was the same actor that plays Buzz in Home Alone.
Is
Butthead. Didn't he
his
call him a
yeah
butthead?
his older brother. I know was it his brother? His older brother, wasn't it?
Miss T also says she's never seen Goodfellas. All
Oh
right,
my
so
god! You guys need to rectify that.
and then
You have to
Marion is Jeff's mom's name. Let's see, and who's this? Terry also says Carol Burnett is going to turn Saul in. I think so too, but we're going to talk about that towards the end because I think there's some validity to that statement, right? So moving on. They run it. Did you talk to the screen when Jeff's friend walked out of the room and forgot to take the tape off the door for a second?
when the camera panned on that for a few more seconds, I already knew he was going to take it off. I knew straight away.
I thought they were zooming in on it because they were saying
No,
that.
I just by the way the camera was sitting there, I thought he's going to take it off. It was just a little moment. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
maybe it was. Yeah, maybe. But for a minute, I was like, "Yo!" I actually talked to the screen. I was like, "Yo, you forgot the tape," and then he goes back and then snatches it off. But here's the crazy thing, though. Why is Jimmy doing this again? Why do we think Jimmy's doing? Chat, chime in, tell us what do you think?
He
Why is
needs the
Jimmy
money.
doing this again?
He needs the money.
Do you think
That's
he
what
really
it is.
needs the money? Like, didn't he take
Well,
like Francesca said, he
I
took money with him
I
when he
know,
went
but
on
he's
the
been
run. I'm sure
spending
he
it.
does.
He had to pay the guy, the vacuum guy. He's had to like live like this. He's been see the amount he gave her. You know,
But do you
I
really
don't
think
know.
that he would listen to this though? He was going to pay the vacuum man to leave again. Do you really think he would call that man without having the money ready? And we already know because of Breaking Bad, no, because of El Camino, that he charges double to do some shit like that, right?
Right.
That means Saul
I
Goodman
don't
knew that
know.
he had the amount to get out of that state.
I don't know. It just felt like to me, it felt like he needs the money, or he knows he's running out. I
I
know
don't think he's running out. I don't think he needs the money, man.
because it just either he's bored, but it didn't come across that he was bored. It just kind there was a desperation in him. It felt like there was a bit of a desperation in him, you know. But I don't know. Is it? I know what you're
I'm
saying.
gonna be honest
I
with
know
you.
what you're saying because it did
Whatever
occur
this
to me. I
fucking
thought he
phone
had
call
plenty of money.
was, whatever that phone call was, that shit broke him. And at this point, he doesn't even care no more. Everything that he had, that phone call basically told him that everything that he thought he still had in this world is gone. Francesca doesn't give a shit about him no more. She clicked on him immediately before he could even say bye. She's
Yeah,
out the door. The only reason she even came to him is because there was some sort of compensation for it, right? But like whatever phone call he had, that wasn't good.
no,
And
it
that's
wasn't.
basically the reason why he's doing this. He wants to get caught, bro.
It was
I
a
think
good
I think I'm gonna
moment.
just say it. He wants to get caught. He doesn't care. He's putting his balls on the table. He don't care no more. He wants to get caught.
Yeah, I want. There's more I want to say about that, but I feel like I'll wait till we get to it, sort of thing. You know, towards the end.
All right. So
I will say this: I always thought he had money through the whole thing, and up to when he was doing it, I thought he did take a shitload of money with him. So is he broke? What's going on? But it must have been the phone call. You're right, because as you say, like if he's able to, unless the writers missed this, and I doubt they missed it, but yeah, if he was able to phone the vacuum guy to pay double to leave, then he must still have something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
this feeling to Jimmy is like a drug, and we all know that drug addicts is not easy for them to quit.
yeah,
I
he
think that
likes
he got a
doing it.
little taste. He just got a little bit of taste. when he did
But
that
I don't
Cinnabon
feel
thing.
there's fun in this for him this time.
When he
Normally he
did
used
the
to do it out of
Cinnabon
fun.
thing, that shit brought him back
Yeah.
slightly. That shit put his tippy toe in the game. Whatever phone call he had, full blown dropped him in the pool. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I think is going on. Like he already had a toe in the game, and him calling Kim was that reason why he would probably take his toe out of the game.
Or Terry thinks he's bored. I agree, but it
That's
just feels
another
like
thing.
it just feels like he's not having fun with it. He's doing it. There's more malice in it this time rather than just playful. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I can't be sure.
Henry also says also Robert De Niro, who got angry in the phone booth in Goodfellas, his character was named Jimmy, which is also Gene's real name.
That's right, Jimmy Burke.
But check this out though. Remember when they were in the RV and they're doing the flashback from Breaking Bad? Which I'm gonna say this now. The flashback sequences in this show were amazing. The way that they correlated everything, him closing the door and it jumped from one timeline to another. All of those little flashbacks or those time jump sequences were perfect, right on the money. Right now, it's funny that they were talking. What was Saul Goodman's fake name when he was at the bar? Starts with a V.
It's escaped me. Remind me.
Let's see who get is it, who let's see who could get it. What was Saul Goodman's fake name at the bar? Somebody in the chat help me out. I already gave a hint, said it starts with a V. Who could get it first? Who could get it first? Miss T Victor. Hey, she got it on the board, right on the money. His name is Victor. Now, what was the conversation he was having with Jesse Pinkman and Walter White? He
About
had a
Lalo.
conversation with them, and he was referencing a famous movie. What was that movie?
Were you talking about Lalo? That's all I remembered. He jumped in.
No, he referenced the famous movie. What was the movie that he referenced? Somebody help me out in the chat. Somebody help this poor man. This poor man. Mandem.
What was it? Look, it's 4 o'clock
Very
in the
famous
morning.
movie. If his name is Victor, it kind of gives you a hint.
Frankenstein?
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
that was just a guess, but I didn't know.
Yeah, so basically he was saying he called Jesse Pinkman Igor, and he was like, if he's Igor, then you must be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing. He said he was saying like if you're Igor, then you must be Frankenstein. But he never, thank you, RS5352. It was Frankenstein. Thank you, sir. He never referenced which Frankenstein. Was it the Frankenstein monster that Walter White was, or was it Victor Frankenstein? Now we all assume maybe because Walter White is the cook, he has to be Victor Frankenstein, right? He's the man behind the mastermind plan.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that he was saying that he's the Frankenstein monster. And then when you think about it in retrospect, it's crazy because Walter White became a monster. He was so gentle, ever so caring, and then towards the end, he became a freaking monster. Now, who do you
redeemed himself again?
Exactly, but who do you think is really Victor Frankenstein? Saul Goodman, Jimmy McGill. His name is Victor. My man's Victor Frankenstein. He's the one that created Walter White, turned that man into that monster. Because when you really think about it, he's the middleman that introduced him to Gus.
Yeah, even shows there's
He
talks
got the
about
ball
that
rolling. Without Jimmy McGill, without Saul Goodman, without any of that stuff, we would not have the Walter White that we had.
No, because even he kind of brought that up when Mike came into the office at the end, where he was talking about, and he was like, "No, leave that alone." But I don't want to get to that just yet. I want
RS 5352 says Frankenstein. Thank you, sir. And then Henry has a question for you. Yo, Dale, if you shave your beard, you would be a British version of Hank. I can see that. That's hilarious.
I'll take that as a compliment because I quite like him. I fucking hated him at the beginning though.
Oh, I did too. I did not like him at all. But yeah, Hank is a cool Hank gained my respect at the end.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Handicap Hank was cool. But
I wanted to say to you was before we jumped on, what did you? I see a lot of people in the comments on Facebook going on about how fat Aaron Paul has and how old he is, and I'm like, first of all, he didn't look fat, and second of all, you do realize this is like how many years since Breaking Bad? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we're talking
Like,
about Jesse, right?
like this is yeah, this is just like piss off. Like, are you being serious? People are just so stupid. And
We knew
also,
this. I mean, but look, the thing is, you have to understand. We know they're gonna look different
yeah,
years down the
although
freaking
Bryan
line.
Cranston didn't, but as I say, like, and I will say, the whole scene was just fan service because unless it's leading to something else, but I mean, they used it and they made more of it towards the end, but again, it was just
Yeah,
fan.
there's some sort of tie-in to the
Yeah.
cancer guy that he tried to con, but I don't. We don't know the correlation yet until we get to the end of the series, or at least to the at
Now,
least to the end of the, at least till we get to the last episode or whatever.
I wanted to talk about the guy with the cancer. He's well, the last guy he was at the end, towards the end. Um, I felt like he did feel remorse, but
He
I
did.
think, but as he pointed out, and I think this has a lot to do with it. People with cancer doesn't make them nice people because he's talking about
Walter White.
yeah, because yeah, he did some horrible shit and he was dying of cancer. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was
Oh,
nice.
Walter treated Jimmy like crap, dude.
Yeah.
When you think about it, when you really think about Breaking Bad in the retrospect, like he treated Jimmy like crap, dude. So I could kind of understand like where he's coming from.
People in the comments, I suppose you recognize the guy, do ya? Does anyone recognize who that was? The guy with the cancer, the last mark in the bar at the end? Do
Let's
you?
see. Me? No.
Yeah. Did you ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
Nope.
All right. Well, he was one of the resident stars, you could say. He wasn't the main star, but he was in it a lot, and I mean a lot. Do you know? So yeah, seeing him on it was a bit.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
But
no.
now,
If you haven't
look,
seen it, then you don't know. But yeah, as I
look,
say,
but
yeah.
check this out though. In retrospect, I understand what Saul was trying to do. Saul was basically trying to justify his actions. At this point, Saul doesn't give a fuck, dude. He really doesn't. He doesn't care. I really feel like he wants to get caught, and that's the only for him to be so sloppy enough to go to the house and the way that he did. It just shows that he just doesn't care about anything. And
Yeah, and
you
I
can
was a
clearly
bit
get more
like, he
remorseful
was,
about this dude with
why?
cancer.
The other guys were right. Leave him alone. You can let this one go. He was, no, we got to get this guy. We have to, you know. And I thought, come on, Soul, the guy is dying, like, you know, and, you know, it's just, you can let this one go. You've got quite a lot of money. You're going to do another one after this. You can let this one go. But he was adamant, and he started, as remember what we said before, Soul is very clever, but he makes very, very bad decisions. And
When he's desperate, he makes really, really, really bad mistakes.
but
And it's
is he
almost
desperate? Is he desperate here? Is he desperate at this point?
right now, he's desperate to hit this lick, to hit this mark. That's
Yeah,
what he
but
wants to do.
why? Why is he desperate? Why didn't you just let it go and do another guy? You know, what is
Because I
it?
don't know. Maybe
Something to do with the phone call? Maybe, I don't know.
it's
Maybe
either
he
look,
needs
it's either
money.
the phone call, he wants to get caught, or this is some sort of like metaphoric thing for
Could
him
it
to
be
basically get back at
to help
Walter.
him? Could
No,
this
like
be to
some
help him?
metaphoric mental thing for him to kind of get back at Walter for doing that to him.
Maybe,
I don't
but it
know.
just occurred to me: could this be to help Kim? Maybe
I
she's
don't
in trouble. That phone call.
You
And
know
he,
what? Maybe so. I got a funny theory. And I'm gonna save it for the end though. But that's actually a good theory that maybe he found out
yeah,
that
because
Kim was
maybe he
in.
rang up and it turns out she's in a lot of trouble for some reason, and he is now
Imagine if Kim
adamant.
has cancer.
Sorry, Kim. Ooh,
Imagine if Kim has cancer.
with two,
Oh,
I don't know. I can't.
plot
She could
twist.
be in some trouble. I think
Plot
cancer
twist.
would be. I don't know.
Yeah,
She
but
could be
if
in
she's in
trouble.
some sort of trouble, I mean, it has to be okay. Look,
And he was
it
angry
has to
that he
be
didn't
some
get out
sort of
clean.
it has to be some sort of realistic trouble when you think about it, because for somebody to tell him that over the phone, whatever it is,
Maybe
I,
she's
I
in
don't I
prison.
don't think it was her. I think it was somebody else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For them to
Maybe
tell
she's
him
in
that over
prison
the
and she needs kind of bail, solicitors, lawyers, or something, or she's been kidnapped or something. I'm
yeah,
over
something
touching
like
it.
that is kind of wild, but it has to be something believable. It has to be something
Yeah,
believable, that a conversation that can actually happen over the phone. But let's go ahead. Hold on. Let's chime in. Let's see. Let's see what the chat has to say. Henry says, "Why did Saul look young in the Walt and Jesse scene, but look 80 in the Mike scene?" Hey, I didn't think we are going to see any more of Mike. I'm not even going to lie to you.
yeah. Yeah. It was a different timeline, obviously, but
Yeah,
yeah. As I say, like, yeah, I didn't. I thought we weren't seeing him anymore.
Henry, it was probably just bad lighting. He's talking about how old he looked. Um, then we got Sean as a return.
Oh,
He's
hello,
returned.
Sean.
Sean has returned.
How
How
you
you doing,
doing?
Sean? You good, man? And then he says Stewart. Is that the name of the Big Bang Theory
That's
dude?
it. There you go, Stuart. Yeah, that's the guy from The Big Bang. When I saw him, I was like,
Thank you,
because I've
thank you,
only ever seen
Sean.
him play one character, so it was kind of jarring. But as I said,
Do you think Jeff will die?
that's a good point. I
No,
don't
I don't
think
think I don't think
so.
we're gonna have any more people dying in this show.
Yeah, I
Sadly,
think you're right. I think it's too soon, but you never know, and it's you never know with the way um you could see he didn't want to do that towards the end.
yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't want to do it, but he did it. I don't know why. Maybe like I said, maybe this is like his mental thing. Like he's facing Walter White since he bitched out in front of him every other time. You know?
As I say, like but going back to the office with Mike, before we leave that section. I was glad to see Mike again, but yeah, this is where he was saying that look, this guy's got the blue product, and he was like, look, he's an amateur with the Betamax video and but yeah, as you were saying earlier on, this is where he's making the connection with him and Gus. He's going to connect them together, and this
And
is
think of now it just hit me. It hit me again. Oh my god! Wait. And then what did Saul tell Mike? He's like clay. You can mold him.
yeah,
And this is another reference to the Victor Frankenstein thing.
yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
building
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
monster.
yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah. So, mm.
Mind blown, folks. Faithiest Atheist says Sean has arrived. Welcome back. I love how you guys are interacting with each other. It's dope.
And I hope you stay friends.
When Stewart knows Howard died. Stewart knows Howard died. Hey, the dude, he started his own law firm, huh, right? The bald guy.
That's right. It showed a billboard on the chair on the the bench on the street, and she also said that he's jumped side
Yeah, because he used to be he was a
defense.
he worked, yeah, he used to, yeah, he jumped. Uh I thought when Gene was on the phone, he wasn't actually talking to Kim. He was talking to someone else and trying to get her on the phone, but couldn't and got mad. I could be wrong though. That's a huge possibility. That is a huge possibility. Let's see. Sean came in with the faith is wow. You remember me? Unbelievable. It ain't unbelievable, man. You come in here,
No,
we building a family here, so it
no,
ain't
we
nothing. It
remember.
ain't. We all gonna know each other's name by the end of this.
I think there's also because your name was very hard to pronounce, and you said Sean, which is just easy for us, so we remember.
One of
And
the
you know what? Like
Salamancas.
we try to remember because like we enjoy talking to you guys, and you've joined us the last few weeks, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate everything you say. So yeah, we remember.
Yeah, make sure you or next week I gotta tell you guys to invite some more people so like we can get this thing bubbling because it's the last two episodes and we want a big discussion room. His T says one of the Salamancas has her kidnapped as revenge. Ooh, that'll be a good little plot twist. But damn, could they wrap that up in 2 episodes? I
They
wish.
could. I mean, look. Have you noticed some last episodes of TV shows can go on for an hour and a half? Do you know it could actually be extended? You know, so there's a chance, Miss T. But and I
Oh, Henry
wouldn't.
says all of the Salamancas are dead at this point. Wish my boy Lalo lived. Oh yeah, Gus did kill them all. I forgot about that. He killed all of them are dead. The twins
Yeah,
are
yeah.
dead because of Hank.
Timeline, it's all gone. Yeah.
Yeah, then that. Oh yeah, huh? That's crazy. Unless there's like one we don't know about. All
Because
right,
I said
so
like those he was adamant at the end that he wanted like what was the guy with the dog? You know the his Jeff's brother
I don't
or
know. I just
friend?
know him as Jeff's
Not his
friend.
brother, but he was like, look,
Just let it go.
yeah, let it go. And he was not let he says you're fired. I'm like, all right, fair enough. But he goes, no, you can as I agreed, you can let this one go. And he was determined to have this guy. And you could see that in the back of Gene or Saul or Jimmy's mind, there was some kind of guilt or remorse, like because he knew he was dying or whatever, you could
Yeah,
see it. But he was adamant on having this guy to the point of making this bad decision. And as well as I do, and all of you were watching this, that he was making a bad decision. We all knew when he was in that taxi with Jeff. Yeah, he was making a very, very bad. We all knew something. This was going to go.
yeah, because this is Jimmy doing. This is Jimmy putting himself in a situation where he's going to fail, and we've seen him do this time and time again. He will purposely put himself in a situation where he's going to fail, and he's okay with it. Like he's done, and he's okay with the repercussions. Like he's done it before in the show. Henry says Jeff is the most incompetent character on the show since Price. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, but Jeff's character is like he's so annoying because he doesn't have a backbone, and it's really ridiculous how they
I
introduced him.
agree with you, but I was actually thinking about these two guys are liabilities, right, for what he's doing. But it did occur to me they have been quite efficient, apart from when he fell over. With all the pictures and the way they've done it with the tape, they have been quite efficient. So that kind of gave me like, yeah, they are liabilities, but they have been pretty efficient in everything they've done. They've done everything to the T, apart from when he fell over in that shopping mall. But even though he's an idiot, they
Yeah,
have been pretty on top of everything he said. Everything.
but again, look, I'm just talking about Jeff's character. Period. Like it's weird how Jeff's character was kind of like menacing, and a lot of people were saying like that was done on purpose or whatever. But the point of the matter is Jeff's character did a full 180. Like he was in one direction, now he's in this direction. He has absolutely zero backbone, and it's weird because whoever it is homie with the dog. I don't know his name for some reason, but there's still. And I also want to say something about that actor. That actor is. Do you feel like that actor, the man with the dog, he's a bad actor? Because I felt like in some scenes he was smiling too much when he was talking. Like I felt like when he was talking, he
No, I
wasn't
didn't.
taking it serious.
It didn't. It didn't. I didn't notice it.
I don't. To me, I was just like he's smiling too. Like it was something about like I felt like he wasn't. I felt his face didn't fit the mood. Like it's a serious mood, and I felt like he wanted to laugh or something. He was like holding it in, but he's the one with the backbone, and Jeff has absolutely zero backbone. Like, and it's really annoying. Like he's like, well,
Well,
I can see
you
both of your,
see, he
I can
did
see both
do
your
it. He
sides.
did do it, though. He did break into the mall. I mean, he's no
It's
backbone,
not.
but he did do it.
It's not that. It's because he knows that ripping this cancer patient off is bad, but he's saying I can see both your sides. You
All
can't
right.
see
Yeah, yeah,
Jim's
yeah,
side
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's a
yeah, yeah.
it's a
He just
mute
didn't want
point.
to fall out with Jimmy there, but you could see he didn't like doing this at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't.
yeah,
You can tell he obviously didn't like it. He
yeah.
didn't want to do it. He agreed with homie with the dog, and he still was like, I can see both your sides. No, you can't. You know you agree with him. You just don't want to ruin your possibility at losing some money. So now you're just like, oh well, I'll just go. I'll say both of you guys are right, so I don't rock the boat.
I just want to say that I can't see the bottom of your T-shirt. It says "I love." Does that mean movie mash?
No,
Does it say movie?
I love 80s horror, baby.
All right,
What's
okay.
up?
I just thought it says "I love Del Boy," and I was like, I can't see that, and I want everyone to know, sort of thing.
Anyway, let's see. Let's go back to our chat. Faithiest Atheist says, everybody here in the chat, take a minute and click the like button over there for these 2 or 3 broadcasts. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. That is much appreciated. You have no clue. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did a little cheer. Yeah. Give him a round of applause. So sad. The heck was that? Was that a tugboat?
I don't know.
Sean says, "So sad, happy ending, please." Sean wants a happy ending. I don't think we're gonna get one.
I agree. I want a happy ending, but let me ask you: do you think Soul deserves a happy ending?
Me? No. I mean, dude, Saul Goodman has been hustling people since he was a child. I mean, there is, and he had one chance to just turn his life around and just live a clean slate, and he still decided not to do it. So whatever, dude, it is what it is. You fucked yourself over. Like
I
he's
know.
done. Like you put
I
yourself in a
agree.
situation.
Like we do like the character, and like people we like, we want to see do well. Like we all wanted Darth Vader to have a happy ending, but as I said, but he has done some shitty things, real shitty, and he's still doing them now. So just want to jump onto the ending where it showed he broke in with the glass, he broke the glass, and
Yeah.
then it ends and it shows the police turning up. What do you think happened?
Uh, I think
I think
that
he's dead.
who the dude, the cancer dude.
Yeah, I think he's dead, and Soul calls the police.
That's a good.
Or, he could be standing in the background, or that guy with the dog has done something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But let's not forget Jeff's mom.
Well, I did, but would she have known to get the? See, the police turned up to this guy's house. Well, seemingly turned up to this guy's house. Yeah, where he broke into. She wouldn't have been able to send the police there because she wouldn't have known. But the guy with the
Unless
dog
she
did
said,
have.
"My son Jeffy is up to something nefarious, and he works
Yeah,
for a cab
track where
company."
his cab is. Track
Hold
his
on,
cab.
he works for a cab company. If she has the cab number, they could call the cab company and track the cab.
Yeah,
But
I
the
know.
thing is,
I did think
you
of that.
have to have you have to have some sort of probable cause in order for them to actually do that.
Also, he didn't stop. He kind of slowed down, let him get out, and then there could be a million places he could have gone in between stopping. But I was going to say was yeah, it did occur to me. I just thought no, it's too much to explain how she would have got the police there. So I think Soul may have called the police. As you said, maybe he don't give a shit anymore. Maybe he broke in, see the guy's dead, called the police and said, "Look, wait, oh, this guy I was drinking with earlier on. I was worried about him. Thought I
He ain't
come
gonna say nothing. He's just gonna call the police, drop the phone, and then
hide outside."
let them show up to the
But
scene and
then you see, why didn't he call the ambulance then rather than the police? You see, that's
you
the
just
thing.
said he's dead. Why would he call the police for a
No,
dead
but
man?
you know what? It's still
Ambulance for a
the
dead man.
ambulance still the corridor. All these people still turn up. Do you know what I mean?
The point is, if he would call 911 and just drop the phone, they're gonna respond to the call because you never know what's gonna happen. So they're gonna at least do a welfare check.
All we know is it's not good.
Let's see. Henry says Jeff is a loser, 50 years old, living with his 80-year-old mom.
Hey,
Loser.
I'm 54 and I still live with my mum.
Lying
Well,
ass. All right, so
I'm joking, and I'm not 50.
RS5352 says, no, I really like the actor who plays Buddy. All right, let's see.
Who's Buddy?
Buddy? Who's Buddy? I think that's Dogman.
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
Henry, Breaking Bad kind of had a happy ending in a dark way. Well, it was a happy ending for Jesse because Jesse was the only character in that show that was somewhat redeemable.
Yeah.
Like he did bad shit, but it wasn't because he was a bad person.
He
It's 'cause
didn't
was
want to do
more
it.
of a hurt- He
And
was more so of a hurt person.
and
You know what I mean?
he suffered, inside through every bad thing he ever did. Do you know he was depressed. He
He
had
blamed
so
himself
many
for
remorse.
letting his girl
He was
overdose.
forever trying to get out, and yeah, he went through a lot with the drugs and all kinds of shit. Yeah, he deserved a good ending. Like, as much as I do want Soul to run off into the sunset with Kim, he don't deserve it. Do you know?
He
Like,
doesn't.
look at Walt. We all kind of wanted him to have a happy ending, but let's face it, he didn't fucking deserve it. And
I didn't want. I already knew Walt wasn't going to get a happy ending. He was in way too deep. He was way too much of a
Missy
dick.
T thinks Soul deserves to get away with it.
Oh, Saul deserves to get away with
I
it.
don't know. You know what? If he was your family member that he was dying, and you see this fucking idiot coming and taking all his cards and all that, I don't think you'd think that. What if Jeff kills Gene? I don't see that happening, to be honest with you, but it's a
And look,
possibility.
look, man, I can see anything's possible at this point.
Yeah,
Henry says, "What if Jeff kills Gene?" Let's see. I don't know. I can't see. I think I can see Jeff snitching on Gene, low
yeah, I can
key.
see that.
All right. Sean says he deserves a
Like
he
Jesse.
like Jesse. If he gets punished, but he didn't, he needed to be punished. Yeah, but Jimmy and Kim deserve a he. Oh, happy ending. I'm like a he.
Hey,
I was like a he. A Michael Jackson or what?
but,
Uh,
yeah, I'd like him to, but I can't see it happening.
I
Like
don't look.
Jimmy is a good guy inside. He just does bad, stupid things. Do you know what I
But
mean?
that's
He's
why
never really
but
been a
that's the reason
horrible
why he doesn't
bastard.
deserve a happy ending.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you could question. You can say, look, he means well, but he has some bad shit, including what he's doing now. And really, he should know better. Of everything he's ever done, this should be the point where he should know better, unless he needs it for Kim, unless he's doing this for a serious reason that we don't know
Look,
yet.
it's funny that you say that. All right. I think since we're basically kind of wrapped up this episode, I think that Saul is possibly trying to get caught so that he can go to jail and face trial in hopes that possibly Kim will come out of retirement somehow, or I don't know, do something with the bar and defend him. That'll be a crazy ending.
Yeah, but I feel like he's done way too much and taken too long for him to have done what he's been doing with the scheming with these people for that. I
I
think
didn't
he's
say to
done
get off.
something
I'm just
faster than
saying,
that.
like, I think that that could be a grand scheme of things. Imagine if he was on the phone and he found out that Kim went back and practiced law, and he was so upset because maybe he's thinking to himself, "Well, damn, if I just would have fucking practiced the elder law and shot a straight path, there would have been a possibility that we both could have been practicing law together. But here I am on the run all over again, and I'm separated from her." So I think since he found out from Francesca that she called about him and asked how he was doing and if he was still alive, I think possibly he could be trying to get caught so that he feels like if Kim really loves me, she'll come and she'll be my attorney and defend me just so I can see her one last time. I think that'll be a crazy ass
It
ending. What
would
y'all
be,
think?
but again, we've 2 episodes to go. But you know, it might just end with her walking into the courtroom to defend him. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing could just end there. But Sean says break the door and get in Stuart's house is definitely done. Yes, the bar conversation and cab water totally wasted. I again like yeah, I agree. It's very dumb what he was doing. It's very bad. This is him all over. Bad decisions. Um, the conversation. Well, I suppose we needed to see some dialogue going on, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, that was a bad decision. We all know this is what Saul does. He has great things happening, and then I'll go and fuck it up somehow.
RS5352 says if Saul was my family member, I would have taken him for a ride out to the desert long ago. That's what's up, man. You gotta go ahead. I would have he's like, I would have finished the damn job that Walter and Jesse didn't have the heart to. They would have got put in the dirt for real. Let's see. Miss T says he's a good con artist. Shout outs to Miss T. I have a great idea for a finale. What if Lyle kills Gene? Lyle. Who's Lyle? Lyle? Who's Lyle? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Faithiest Atheist. It's wild Saul is attracted to terminal cancer patients. That might be a metaphor for his hopelessness and guarantees doom. Wow. That's deep though, but I think you own to something. I think he shares more with the
Oh,
teenage.
Lyle is sorry, I had to check because it was bothering me. Lyle is Gus's employee.
Oh, okay. The black dude.
No, the skinny geeky manager.
Oh, got you, Lyle. Okay. A lot of people been wanting him to have like a show. I don't know why. All right, so
Everyone's worried
he
about
says, in
Lyle.
all seriousness, I think Gene will go to prison, go to trial, represent himself or something, get his name cleared and stuff. I think his ending will be more similar to Jesse's than Walt's. Mm.
Yeah, I think people have grown to love Soul. I mean, as I said, like he's got a big heart. He means like he doesn't want to hurt anyone, and he just does bad things. So he's not as devious as Walter became, and Walter had it coming. You know, he hasn't like killed anyone, has he? He hasn't actually killed
No,
anyone on purpose, and everyone that's got hurt, he didn't mean for it to happen. You know, but again, but he still has done some bad shit, like what he's doing at this time right now with this
exactly.
with the guy from the comic book guy from um, Big Bang Theory.
RS
Like,
5352 says Lyle is the floor manager at Gus's
yeah,
restaurant. Oh yeah, the one where he was like, and when he was cleaning out the little grease thing, and he was like, "Is this good?" And he was like, "It's sufficient." And then he went,
I know, I know. I was like,
He's like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I wouldn't have done that shit. I'm sorry. I would have been like, all right, bro, I'm going home. That's just me though. Now, to right now is the time that you guys all love. It is ask us anything. So right now, you guys go ahead and ask us anything in the chat, anything to do with the TV show, or it could be about is you keep about break Better Call Saul, but you could also maybe sneak in some other things. Maybe we'll be nice and answer it. You know what I mean? But go ahead and ask us anything, any kind of predictions you guys have for the show, maybe a thought about a particular scene. Maybe you guys disagree with one of our points. Maybe you want to agree with one of our points. If you want to shout out another person in the chat that probably said something that you completely agree with that you haven't had the chance to, because again, we're trying to build a community. We want to talk to y'all. We want you to talk to us, and we want y'all to talk to each other. So because of that, it's building time, homie. So let's get together, link arms, and kumbaya. Come on, let's go. What's these questions? Come on. I know y'all got some questions. I know you guys got something. We got
so
more people here. Ask anything.
um, everyone's saying that Lyle isn't in Breaking Bad, so we're all concerned for his safety.
Uh, wait, you said he's not in. Yeah, I heard probably either that or he just left.
Well, it's just a bit of a joke on Facebook I've seen.
Sean says, "Did you guys watch Slip and Jimmy the cartoon? It's
Remember, I
awesome."
sent you the picture.
You did. I haven't watched it. I mean,
Yeah,
I've watched.
what
I
is that?
watched a clip of it, and I mean, I wasn't really 100% interested, but I
I
mean,
didn't see any of it, but I didn't even know if it was real. Is it fan made? Is it fan made or is it
I
real?
think it's legit. It's legit because they advertise it on the they advertise it on the
All right,
AMC.
that's some crazy shit. Like, yeah, so I take it it's awful then, is it? It's not worth watching. All right, we need a Lyle, Gale, they're coming up with who's Price?
Price.
Go on, who's Price? Remind us. Who's Price?
Gail. Oh, Gail, isn't Gail the dude with the Hummer truck or not?
You guys are hitting us up with some
You
names.
guys are picking like the most the most low key characters to say it. Because I swear, isn't Gail the one with the Hummer truck? The
You're
one that
talking
was
about
stupid.
the guy, the bald guy, the with the
Yeah,
glass. Yeah, yeah, I think it is actually.
I think that's him.
Yeah, he was
I
annoying.
need a Mike show before I need anything. I need a
Yeah,
Mike
he's
show.
right. You're
I
right.
need a
Yeah, he's
Lalo show. I
in the
need a
baseball
Gus
cards.
show. But if I had to pick like number one, like if the studio execs came and sat me down and was like, Davey, what you want? We'll do one show right now, whatever you request. I'm taking a Lalo show off top. I'm like, give me a Lalo origin show immediately because Tony Dalton kills that shit. And I just need to see a Lalo show. His character is so freaking charismatic, and I'm mad that him and Walter White never got to like
See,
interact with
part of
each
me
other.
wants more Mike, but I feel like we know enough about Mike to know who he is. I mean, I still would love that, a Mike show, more about him because he is way too good to have been just a cop. But as I said, but Lalo, we didn't get enough of his origin, and that would be hardcore because to see how evil and crazy he is growing up in the world of the Salamanca and in the cartel, like that would have been hardcore to see. That would be Scarface all over.
Price is the guy with the yellow Hummer and the baseball cards. All right, I know I'm getting somebody mixed up. Then who the hell is Gail? Let's see. Price is the cause of Breaking Bad. How do you see that? How is Price? Sean, elaborate. How is Price the cause of Breaking Bad? I need you to elaborate on that.
Yeah,
Lalo is the shiznit.
he is definitely he. Lalo is,
He's
and you
why.
know what the fucking thing is? Lalo was only in it for a little while. It just shows you the impact he's had in the handful of episodes he was in. You know,
This is some truth right here that Henry speaking. Better Call Saul was half Mike's show anyway.
he was.
This is true.
It's
This
true.
is very true. Bless you, by the way.
It's
Uh,
true.
this is very true.
Yeah. So Mike has we have found a lot out about Mike on this, and I'm quite satisfied. Although I said I would love to see an origin story of him, but I am quite satisfied with Lalo. We only see what we see, and we only got a few episodes. He's charismatic, he's evil, he's charming. To see him growing up in that world, that would have been to see the shit and what made him the way he is. That would be definitely worth watching, you know. And you could still get him to play it. But
Yeah.
Mike, you'd have to get a younger actor, and nobody wants to see that really. I mean, you know, you could, you know, grow on you, but yeah. Gus, I still wouldn't mind seeing an origin story of him too. To be honest,
Yeah, because I need to find out what the hell happens.
yeah,
Look,
he has. There's
they have
something. He has
referenced
stuff to say.
him living, being a Chilean citizen, and all this other crazy stuff, and then we never find out like what happens with him, right?
Yeah,
At all. So that's I'm super tired of that.
yeah, and Hector. You see, if you all right, if you bring yeah, so let me read this. All
Let's
right,
see.
so
The reason all the Salamancas were the way they were is Hector.
yes, so
Yeah.
if you did a Lalo show, you could actually bring Hector into this too, where like Mike is on this. You could have a Hector kind of part as well, sort of thing, you know, and even Gus could end up being on it at some point. But I'm just saying is that yeah, Hector is the reason why they're all fucked up, and ding 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 to him, like you know. I shouldn't do that. But as I said, like you know, as I say, yeah. So Hector is the reason. Yeah, big shout out. Well done.
Exactly. Um, this show can't end well. I can't see it ending well, and like
I mean,
Jimmy
as
goes
long as it's
riding off into the
satisfying,
sunset with freaking with Kim, or like
I
or he's
think
getting
that would be a cop out just for the fans to give him a nice happy ending, and I think that would be a cop out. I do.
it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make sense to give him a happy ending.
But look, again, the writers they have not let us down, and they know what they're doing, exactly what they're doing, and I have complete trust and faith in them. I
I
really
do
do.
too. I do too. Look, man, the writers have been doing an amazing job. This show has been an A+ show from beginning to end. I'm trying to see how it ends so I can see. And then also, this is going to lead me to another conversation that me and you definitely got to have about TV shows being better than actual films. But we're going to have that conversation for another day. But come on, guys. Any last questions? Because
Yeah.
we hitting our hour mark, and we just want to make sure that we hear everybody's questions, concerns, anything that you got to say, any comments, anything that stuck out to you, anything you liked about this episode, anything you hated about this episode, if this episode bored you, if it made you excited, if you're just like, what do you guys think? Are you hopeful for the ending of the show? Like, what's going on through your coconuts, man? I need to find out what's going on in your cocos. Let's go.
Does Derek have as much faith as Faithiest Atheist?
Well, does
I
he?
don't know.
Do you have as much faith as Faithiest Atheist? I said his name wrong.
Um,
Atheist. If you say
yeah,
Faithiest Atheist
I
5
do.
times real fast.
Yeah, I can't.
Do it.
Yeah, I do. I have as much faith as he does. I don't know what you mean, but all right, I'll just go. Yeah, I do have.
Die Hard 8, Crazy Mikey. What? Oh, I was like, what? Die Hard 8, Crazy Mikey. That's funny. At first, I thought he was trying to make a reference to Crazy 8.
I heard a while. Hold on, let me get this one up. This Henry. I heard a while back that Walt and Jesse were going to have a scene together, and then two scenes with them separately. So we will see them both again. Yeah, I mean, it felt like a very small scene for just getting them back for that. I felt like maybe we will
We're
see more.
definitely getting a Walter White at the school episode.
All right.
That did because we saw Saul going into the school. So there's that. We're definitely getting that. Now,
Yeah.
how Jesse plays into that, I don't know, but we're definitely getting a Walter White at the school episode.
Coffee scene. Oh, hold on. Let me get this one up. This is Sean. Who was it?
Coffin scene is a symbol for what? Future now? Yeah, because the coffin transitioned into him laying in bed or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or
Maybe
laying,
he
laying
ends
on
up in
the
there.
floor.
Maybe he'll end up in that hole at some point. You know,
But
maybe.
this show is very symbolic. Look, shout outs to the people filming this damn show. The cinematography in this show is so good. Like the angles that they
It's
choose,
film quality.
it's really really good. Like
Yeah.
shout outs to them for doing it because they picked the most amazing angles to shoot some of these shots. Like when you think about it, like I was watching one of the scenes and it's about Gene walking, I think in the store or something, when he was pacing the amount of feet that it took in order to get to each spot or whatever. And they were, you know how the scene shows his feet, but they were showing like the camera angle, how the camera was like wide
Yeah.
above him, and it was zoomed into his feet, and it's just like it's crazy to think that they did that just for a shot of his feet, but it's so dope when you see it, when you see the final product.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Henry is saying this is he wants to see a Todd and Lalo spin-off.
Todd will be interesting because Todd is a very weird, charismatic character that just rubs off on you the right way. It's like he's a piece of shit. You know he's capable of doing some horrible things because he shot that kid with like little to no
Yeah,
sex
yeah,
thought
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And like you know what he's capable of, but he's just so damn charismatic and likable. You know what I mean? Shout out to James because I swear, remember James we did the video with? I swear he looks just like Todd. But anyway,
All right, yeah. Um,
let's see. RS5352 says, I think the moment Jimmy walks into the school to meet Walter is just for that moment, the point of no return.
yeah,
This is him basically committing to the idea of being Victor Frankenstein. And he is basically going to check on his monster.
yeah. I agree.
Let's see. Miss T says, that would be a good mashup. Lalo with Todd. Okay, I can see that. Kind of like a show like how they did with
And
Saul
Todd
Goodman.
is in a different league to Lalo, though.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think like an episode kind of like how Mike is like bouncing back between Mike and Todd is a kid while Lalo alive. Oh, okay. I know, right? Like Todd growing up, being a little shit growing up, and then like Lalo maybe like making his grounding in Mexico. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Um,
Todd is a hilarious character. He will murder a person you love right in front of you and then give you a bowl of ice cream 2 minutes later.
it's
He's
true.
like that. He's like,
It's true.
I know it was
What's
hard.
the problem?
I know it seems kind of harsh, but you want a sandwich? You want a sandwich? Is there anything that I can get you?
I've got Rocky Road. You know,
I got Rocky Road. Man, I just feel so bad for you. But it had to be done. You have to understand. Like,
yeah, don't you understand?
Remember him justifying killing the maid? Hilarious.
But I just say, yeah, no. I watched a film with him in actually there the other night, but he's in quite a lot of things now. Actually, Todd. You know, he's in.
It's like the dude from
He's in Fargo. You know Fargo. You haven't seen it.
I know what it is. I haven't watched it.
He's actually one of the main characters in season 2 or 3. You know, he's married or going out with Kirsten Dunst in real life.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah. I watched what was it? Oh no, I'm Made in America with Tom Cruise. American Me, American Made. He was in that too.
American Me with the prison gangs?
No, that's no. Was it Made in America? Tom Cruise, he's flying airplanes, he's selling, like bringing drugs across the border, sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, he was in that too.
That sounds like Blow with Johnny Depp.
There is a similarity, but he's flying the plane. So that's anyway. He's popping up on a lot of things.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking about now.
I
I
think
think
it's
I know
called
what you're talking about.
Made in America or something like
Something like
that.
that.
As I say, yeah. So Lalo, I haven't seen it, but is he on? Who is it? Hawkeye? Is it that he was
He's
on?
on Hawkeye, but if you really want to see him, he's in a bunch of Spanish shows, but you don't like subtitles. I'm trying to watch. Okay, look. So I'm trying to watch this show that's on HBO, but I don't have HBO Max right now. But anyway, I want to watch this show where Lalo's character. It's a Spanish show on HBO Max, and he's like the main character. And they said like he won like awards for this shit.
Do you know we don't have HBO Max over here in the UK or in Europe?
HBO Max.
We don't have HBO. Zero.
What is HBO? Like you hate HBO? Like what's going on?
Are you making fun of my accent again, buddy?
Why do you talk like a Texan when you get to America? Like,
Listen, right? Get the fuck out of here, you jokes. That's my American accent. Got a real
where is
problem.
that from? It sounds like you got that shit from a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, no, that's some gangster film, probably Goodfellas. Get the fuck out of here, jokes. You know.
There you go. Thank you, Miss T. Sir Avila. Oh, Senor Avila. But yeah, I heard that show is good. I
Well,
heard
yeah,
it's
I
really
mean,
good,
it might
and
be
it's with
worth
him, and he's a
watching if
lead.
anyone hasn't seen it. But look, I think we've got 2 episodes left to go, and I'm going to feel really sad at the end because I've enjoyed having this time with everyone, even getting up at 2:45 in the morning to get ready for this. Yeah,
That's because he loves
and I
you
didn't have
guys.
a coffee this time because I run out. Can you believe?
You have to
Oh,
drink green tea.
I'd have a green tea. It's all I had was green tea, and I don't even like it.
The
I don't even
ginseng
know why I
tea.
have it. But yeah, so I had no coffee, big conversation, try and remember everything, and
Henry
listen to him.
says, Lalo really makes me want to learn Spanish. He sounds so cool when he's speaking it. Look, Lalo, unlike a lot of different actors, like legitly knows how to switch back and forth between Spanish and English. So like like even like little terminology and phrases that he uses that are from like the section of Mexico that he's from, they're like legit terminologies, and it really feels like he's an authentic character. Versus like I know Gus's character can speak Spanish, but you can hear like it's not something that he speaks super like fluently. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to explain. Like it's like you can hear that he knows how to speak it, but it's not something that he practices frequently, and it's something that he uses every single day. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. Well, he's a really great character. I mean, the writers of this and Breaking Bad have really come up with some. Is it accidentally or not? Really great characters, like memorable characters. Do you know? Everyone is a main character. Everyone has a story to tell. Peace in the
Peace in
Middle.
the Middle East and everywhere else. You leaving, RS, bro? You leaving? You better not be leaving. Stay your ass here.
Well, we're going to leave now anyway in a few seconds because we've
Yeah,
been past it and we're just rambling on now.
yeah. Henry
And
says Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Laurie have the best American accents as British people. Do you agree? Do you agree, sir, or disagree?
I would agree, but it's hard for me as a Brit to because you would know better. When I see an American playing a British actor, that's
Yeah,
when
I didn't even know. Like, honestly, I didn't even know these people were fucking British. So,
I mean
look,
Henry
I will
Cavill
say
is
this.
pretty good, I think, but it's
I
hard.
will say this: most British actors have successfully learned how to talk with an
All right,
American accent. It's
have
crazy.
you heard Jason Statham playing American? He
Nah,
doesn't
but
know
I heard
any.
that sounds like shit. That
Oh,
sounds
it's bad.
that
Oh,
sounds like shit.
bad.
But that sounds fucking completely horrendous. But anyway, I know there's a school somewhere in the UK that they really send people to learn how to get their English accent down.
To
That's where
me,
nah, fuck
they
you.
send him here. Hey, buddy.
That's where what's his name? The dude from Star Wars. What's his name? Black guy from Star Wars.
Black guy from Star Wars.
Yes, the new trilogy from Attack the Block.
Oh, John Boyega.
Yeah, John. That's where John
Yeah,
Boyega went.
he's
That's funny as
actually
fuck that you
he's
knew
got
that.
actually a good
You
accent.
knew Attack the Block. You didn't know Star Wars. Okay. Yeah, but
No,
yeah,
I
John
was like,
Boyega went to the school.
I was thinking of like who was he on the Star Wars? But yeah, cool.
John
Yeah,
Boyega went to like this school to learn how to talk with like an American accent.
but
All
that
right,
don't
look,
mean you get it.
Henry said it. I didn't say it. I heard Gus's Spanish is absolute shit. I've heard the same thing. I've heard it. I've heard it. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad, but like when you know, like people know, like when you know somebody
Yeah,
that knows like legit
like
Spanish,
like as I say, you know the boys, yeah,
yeah.
and you have what's his name? The what's his? Oh my god, it's slipping me now. It's in the morning. Butch. His British accent is sometimes so fucking bad. Everyone's like, oh, he's funny with his British accent and all that. Well, first of all, he's Australian or New
Yeah,
Zealand,
it sounds more Aussie than anything.
but sometimes like he says some things and I'm like, oh no, yeah, bullocks. We don't say bullocks, we say bollocks, we don't stuff like that. So you have to be, it has to be like, I can't recognize an American. I can recognize a bad American accent, but Christian Bale and stuff like that, I can't tell, but it sounds legit to me. But you would know better, sort of thing. But anyway,
Now you can't tell them. Like you can't tell. Most of the top tier actors, you can't really tell.
no.
Miss T says also Lalo doesn't have to try hard to speak Spanish. Like in Sicario, they would use a lot of unnecessary curse words, which is true. What they do is like when they're talking Spanish, they like always substitute in like puto or something else or cabron or some shit. Like so many fucking times in this or way. Like it's so dumb. They do it so much. Let's see. Trying to get through these real quick. Jimmy's on his birthday. Jimmy on his birth gain. Wait, what? He's gaining weight. In episode 11. Oh, episode 11. I say he's gaining weight. I think it's easier for a British person to speak American because the American accent is pretty much a watered down British accent, so it's easier to sound.
Oh, I keep saying you guys are borrowing our
to sound
language.
more refined. You said
Yeah,
what?
buddy. You guys are borrowing from us over here. How does my American accent sound today? I love
You sound
British.
like a nerd. That got
Snatch. Yes. Oh
I
my
love
god.
British movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is Snatch. Snatch is an amazing film.
That is good. You need to watch Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, by the way. If you've
You
seen
need to stop running away from subtitled movies, Derek. How about that?
I've watched a couple.
Subtitled films, sir.
I watched a couple.
Yeah. When they speak to you.
All
right, folks. We are at the hour and 12-minute mark, and we would love to do this all day. Next week we might have a time change because I got a scheduling conflict that I need to talk with Derek about. But we'll talk about it.
So I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but he can change the time. Come on. Hey. Unsubscribe. That's why I'm jump on mine.
Stop it. Don't you be
if you haven't, make sure you do jump on our channels and subscribe because it helps us both out.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to both channels. But no, seriously, it's something came up, work stuff. But we'll talk about it. So
we'll figure it out.
Check us out, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channels. Check out my channel, Cinema Chop Shop. If you are not already on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button at the top and the like button. Make sure you guys go on and run over to Movie Mash Reviews. If you look in the description of this video, you will see his channel has been tagged in it. All you gotta do is click it and it takes you directly there. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel, and we will see you guys next week for the next episode, episode 12. See you guys later. Bye, Henry.
Bye.